Well, survived yet another day not being detected, not being tagged. I know I'm always being monitored somehow. Healthy paranoia. No, I'm not connected, purposely chosen not to be. Some of us prefer to live offline, don't want the implant. We're not going to drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, privacy, but it's more. This is where you must draw the line, the last freedom, simple individual autonomy. That's all we want. Really, that's all we have. The system ripped off our wealth, rather removed the illusion of it. Now basic living is outlawed, our birthright. Can't collect rainwater, can't grow your own food. It's illegal to generate your own electricity, fined for feeding the homeless. Who's making these laws? Not people, not real people. And how has this become a radical movement? Simply to live, to be human. And in just my lifetime. It's so profoundly. But you can't tell from the masses of seemingly willing participants in these voluntary lobotomies. Personally, I can't imagine having anything like that inside my body. I can't even wear contact lenses. I don't use Easy Pass. You're not going to track me. Can hardly stand having this ComCon being bound to a commercial communication device. I was born in the middle of the last century, 2060. I can remember waiting for a computer to boot, Windows 14. I remember running up my parents' comm account during my adolescence, chasing the girls. Can barely remember seeing actual cash, paper money. Never used it in my life. Though my parents always told me about the good old days, and oh yeah, there was my granddad's coin collection. But cash, totally obsolete. Using my comm account code has been all I've known. It must have been assigned at birth. I don't remember how I got it. But don't have a valid commerce account? Well, listen, it's not just about income disparity like in the early 2000s. You must now be connected to the global commerce and informational system if you want to participate in the legitimate economy. But if you're living black market like us, you're harvesting and trading energy. You're hoarding electric cells, batteries to trade, to eat, to sleep. Yeah, I've hidden a little gold. Can't trust the traders though. And you got to watch out for the raiders stealing your stuff. A school teacher will rip you off just as fast as a gangbanger. But remember back, it was just too easy to get anything via a comm account. All you had to do was activate your personal Risk ComCom with its G10 cellular connection. You could have anything delivered to you where you stood via GPS drone. Get any information you needed, book transportation, arrange housing, pay your bills, run a business, get paid, find a date, get laid. Also without it, you can't get legit health services from the registered professionals. We were addicted to the network. We needed it. And sure, the concept seemed benign. Imagine not needing a terminal, a computer, or even a ComCon to connect. A simple implanted intracranial intercommunication device, an IC, an always-on G15 satellite broadband connection. Whenever, wherever. Lounging on the beach in the Caribbean, trudging through the mountains of Tibet, injured on the side of the road. Yeah, they were easily marketed through fear. Protect your kids. Keep an eye on grandma. Of course, everybody signed up rather quickly. And now it's the only way you can vote. You have to be connected. Forget net neutrality. This is conductivity gerrymandering. Also makes Nanocom not just the biggest corporation, but the largest single entity on the planet. But who knew? We should have known, especially when they became free, that something's up. Nothing's free. We should have learned from the bearded ones in the late 2000s. They were right. They understood. They foresaw the implications of the cross-referencing of all the accumulated government-sponsored surveillance, the privately acquired information through our ISPs and free social media, along with our credit ratings, our health records, our driving records, DNA records, all thrown into this master database. What? The beards? They use the beards to get around the facial recognition software. It's everywhere. But they were dismissed by all of us. We were so comfortable with our credit ratings, our electronic conveniences, our connected diversions, our social networking, life and love on demand. We were distracted from what was really happening. The pervasive free market mentality at the time neglected to ask one key question. Who's controlling all this? The implants, the master database, and this powerful, ubiquitous connection to literally billions of minds. Who's in charge of all this stuff? You're the product. The wholesale you. It's not regulated by any government. The volatility of these direct online elections have rendered them ineffective, and the clowns they have running for office, they change overnight through these instant fiats. It doesn't matter anyway. Borders are obsolete. Geography is meaningless. Walls are meaningless. Commerce is global. It's boundless. Governments have become irrelevant, except that big money is now writing the laws. Consolidated control in just a handful of companies, if not just the one. A private interest not bound by constitutional imperatives, nor a human rights agenda. Yeah, it's scary. Caveats clear. It was insidious, but seemingly swift. Paradigms changed. Millions of us nouveau radicals of circumstance have had our comfort sabbaticals interrupted. Some took to the streets, globally. Forced to live alternatively, a lot of us, we've just gone underground. And yeah, those of us who are not connected are continually cajoled, coerced, and yes, we're being forced to comply with the governmental required implant directive, the so-called grid. It's everywhere. The advertising, the promotion, the canvassing, the false prophets, the snitches, the faux politicians, even the preachers and the teachers are extolling the virtues of a connected life. I hear that in many outlying regions, it's now involuntary. Actual human safaris, bag and tag, nanocides, all in the name of what? This is my chronicle of our struggle.